snow of the New England winter has melted away. The soft April breeze touches the woods and fields and streams, and a new life stirs within them. The Canada plum has already blossomed and signaled the start of spring, and spring is the beginning of many things. It's the time to do a little pleasant research into the mysteries of the pond that looks so calm on the surface, but teems with a half-hidden life of its own. Ducks are among the first families in the pond's social scale, for whoever heard of a pond without a duck? She's busy at her endless task of searching for food. Not for her growing family, but for herself. Her babies at home will have to fend for themselves until they're big enough to journey with her. Well, there doesn't seem to be much of a food selection among the lily pads. Perhaps she'll do better if she tries among the marsh marigolds. They're one of the first wild flowers of spring, and with any luck, they should be crawling with nice, fat insects. In the meantime, there's quite a lot of activity going on at home. Sharp little egg, and with little fragments of shell sticking to the natal down. It's not long now before they leave the nest. After trying out their slightly unsteady legs, they venture into the pond for their first swimming lesson. In the shallows of the pond, the bullfrog tadpole has started on its cycle of growth. At first, it bears a rather strong resemblance to a fish, but as time goes by, the little bumps on his body develop into legs. The tail is gradually absorbed, and he becomes a frog. 2 or 3 weeks after the frog lays her eggs, the toads come to the pond to start their families. The bullfrog stays in the pond for his entire life. The adult toad spends most of his life on land, but when spring comes, he returns to the pond for the mating season. And then the whole pond seems to burst into song. Toad competes with toad to attract the females, and either the loudest voice or the loveliest song wins the fairest mate. Bullfrogs are the largest of the American frogs. It's quite a trick to catch one, since they jump very quickly and sometimes make leaps of from 8 to 10 feet long. A great many birds and animals depend largely on their natural camouflage to hide them from their enemies. It's only by chance that we spot the bittern wading from the shallows to his hideout among the reeds. If you try to make friends with him, he's not likely to cooperate. He's very quick to take offense. That elastic neck can stretch to about 12 inches, all the better to spear at you. If very much aroused, he'll even try to peck your eyes out. If you ever want a turtle for a pet, stay clear of this one. The snapping turtle is easily the largest and most vicious of the freshwater turtles, a powerful and aggressive fighter whose head can move like lightning. This gaping mouth has snapped and swallowed large quantities of fish, frogs, and even ducks. The painted turtle is very much smaller and not at all aggressive. It may even be considered beneficial since it gobbles up great numbers of the more irritating insects, chiefly flies. The fallacy persists that turtles, when placed on their backs, are unable to turn themselves over. But as you see, they can. There's a spruce tree at the edge of the pond, and on an overhanging branch you'll see the nest of the kingbird. The parent kingbirds are perched on the branch of a neighboring tree, ready to swoop at passing insects for their newly hatched brood. While the mother bird feeds her family delicious morsels of dragonfly, the male stays on guard to fight off any larger birds that appear to threaten their safety. After wintering in Florida, chipping sparrows return to their northern homes in early spring to eat up weed seeds and tiny tent caterpillars, which makes them very popular with the farmers. The best known and most appealing of all our shorebirds, we think, is the friendly little sandpiper. The babies are as soft and downy as Easter chicks, and even tinier. The young ones leave the nest almost as soon as they're hatched. Still feeble on their legs, they begin their carefree life of chasing along through the shallow waters to catch insects, cheeping with delight as they go. New England days grow longer now, and summer comes to the pond. But spring is never really over. Another year, another spring, and spring is the beginning of many things.